Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Maverick podcast. And it is time for another best ball draft on Yahoo. 10-team league. I'm picking 10th this time. Let's see what kind of team I can build here. I got to say, I do like it, but Yahoo didn't. So why don't you let me know what you think? So let's do it right now.
Listen up. It's time for the Fantasy Maverick podcast, starring the guy who's going to help you win that fantasy championship, Jimmy Maverick.
Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick. Welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Maverick podcast. And hey, before I begin, I'd just like to remind you all to please give a thumbs up to this video, leave a comment, share it with your friends, and of course, subscribe. If you hit that little bell, you will be notified when I have new postings, and I'm trying to do them 3 a week right now. So thank you very much for watching this today. Let's get right to it. It is best ball draft time. I've been doing best ball drafts every week, and this is a great thing to do during this time of the season when there is not much happening. It's kind of a dead zone right now until training camp opens. But this is a great way to try out different strategies, and we are going to use my app to help us pick a best ball team. Now, we've been doing best ball on Yahoo, and in this case, I've got the 10th pick, so I get the turn at every round. So I want to invite you to please go to my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com, because I've been talking about this. I now have a Yahoo best ball league setup, and basically this works just like all the other setups, but because it's best ball, consistency doesn't matter. You know, when you're in regular season long fantasy, consistency is super important, because I always say the worst kind of player to have is the player that gets 10 targets one week and 2 targets the next, because if you start that guy every week, he's going to bust your team, you know, on average every other week. Someone like Amari Cooper is a perfect example of this. But in best ball, it doesn't matter. You know, in best ball, consistency actually can work to your inconsistent players, can work to your advantage, because if they have a poor week, they'll just be relegated to the bench, and a better player will be slotted in the starting position. So, I removed, I changed the VORC score to remove the C part, the consistency part, so it only rates the players based on their value, their outlook, and their reliability. Now, reliability is super important in best ball, because you can't pick up any players. You can't trade any players. So you want players that you know are going to make it through the whole season. So that's super important. So let's go ahead and let's get this set up. So when you go into the app, it's going to ask you 3 questions. First question is, how does your league score points? We're going to select the Yahoo best ball, half point PPR. Do you want to engage Jimmy's recommended player filters? I'm going to say no. And then let's enter draft mode. So this is a 10-team league. We are drafting from the 10th position. Let's go ahead and enter draft mode here. And so you got the player list down here. You got the position filters. Here are the round filters. And of course, because our 2 picks are together, they're just combined. And if you want to engage any filters, you just go over to the side here where it says player filter, and there's a whole bunch of things you can select. And I am going to engage one filter, a reliability filter. I'm going to get rid of the low reliability players because I don't even want to deal with them. And you can see when a player is removed, they're actually at the bottom of the screen, and you can restore them anytime you want. You can restore them back onto this round or onto any future round, and it's going to calculate their VORC score. It's going to calculate the VORC score as if they made it to that round. So that's a great way to see, like, you know, someone like, here we are, it's about to start in 30 seconds. So let's just take a look and see for the first round, who is it recommending? It's recommending Najee Harris. It's recommending DK Metcalf. It's recommending Stephon Diggs. Again, because they're not considering, consistency rankings aren't helping the more consistent players, and it's boosting up less consistent. So you can see, like, Tyreek Hill, if he was to make it to us, he's a great choice. DK Metcalf, whose consistency is a 7 out of 10, is also a good choice. He's a great kind of player to have for just because of the nature of Seattle and inconsistency with their players in general. So let's go ahead and get some guys queued up here. So we can go ahead and look at the running backs. And so it likes Najee Harris. It likes Clyde Edwards. So those guys are very low on the rankings here. We've got Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf And you'll see that I'll use my queue the whole time here. I like using the queue. It keeps me from missing players. And Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs. And who was the third one? DK. There we go. Okay. And we can also just take a look and see if any of these guys make it to us. Like, what if Zeke makes it to us? Or, Aaron Jones, who is also pretty good here, 11th overall in his rating. I do like the idea. We do definitely need to get ourselves a running back in these first 2 picks. So if we look at the running backs, you can see Aaron Jones is still in the top. Najee Harris and Clyde Edwards-Helaire will probably not make it back to us because of the long wait. But let's go ahead and let's see here for wide receivers. Tyreek Hill is still available, so let's definitely take Tyreek Hill. And let's see here. Is also Travis Kelce has not been taken. So why don't we just go and start ourselves off with the best offense in the NFL, Kansas City, and grab their 2 best players? I think that sounds like a great idea. And they both rated very well. So Tyreek Hill right up here, second best player according to the VORC ratings. And then you have Travis Kelce. He's down here, not quite as highly rated, but still, I think he's a great choice at this point. Now let's move on to the 3rd and 4th round, because it's going to come back to us and see who it's recommending. So for this round, you can see it's recommending J.K. Dobbins, it's recommending Chris Carson, Josh Allen. Certainly the nature of J.K. Dobbins in that offense, he would be a great choice there. Chris Carson also, we could go double running back on these rounds. I really like that. Let's go ahead and get those running backs queued up here. So we've got Carson and we've got Dobbins. And let's see here for what other running backs can we look at here? So they scored the most. Montgomery's a good choice. Etienne's a good choice. So let's go ahead and get those guys too. There's Montgomery and Etienne. He's a little bit farther down the board here, so I like that. For wide receivers, let's take a look at the wide receivers. So you got Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin. Both those guys are long shots to make it to us, but we can certainly queue them up. Allen and McLaurin. So let's go to wide receivers. And we got to scroll up here. So Keenan Allen, Terry McLaurin. And then you have guys like Mike Evans and CeeDee Lamb, who are Mike Evans, another guy that's great for best ball. Very his consistency rating is terrible, 3 out of 10, but that's perfect for best ball. When you don't have to worry about whether or not he's going to be your starter, he's a great choice, and he can give you that week-to-week upside. There's CeeDee Lamb, love him. We talked about Amari Cooper. He's injured right now, so I'm a little bit less enthused until I see him as a full participant. If we look at quarterbacks, right now it's saying Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes is a long shot, but if we could get Mahomes, is he still on the board? Now he's already gone, so that's already done. And because this is a 10-team league, we need to go with the with the positional dominant strategy, where we get ourselves an elite tight end and an elite quarterback, which we've already gotten our elite tight end in Kelce. But we could certainly go for someone like Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson is also a great choice. Kyler Murray's a great choice. I like Dak, although he's still injured. So those 3 guys would be great. We could grab one of them on the next round. Look, it's already coming back to us really quickly here. We don't need to worry about tight ends now till towards the end, when we'll pick up a couple others that have some high touchdown upside. But on the wide receivers, you can see Keenan Allen, Mike Evans are still there. Keenan Allen, I think he would be a great choice. Keenan Allen, again, consistency rating of 5 out of 10. So again, inconsistent on a week-to-week basis, but super high upside, especially in that offense. So that would be very appealing for me to grab him here if I don't go with the 2 running backs. Let's see what running backs are still on the board here. So look, all 4 of our boys are still on the board here. Najee, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chris Carson, David Montgomery. And one of the nice things that my app can do is you can restore guys that should already be gone at this point. So we could restore Najee Harris, and we can restore CEH, and you can see those guys score fantastic in the 3rd and 4th round. Look at those VORC points. and great value. 20th overall, 17th overall. We're at pick number 30. And did I speak too soon? Did they both go? They were long shots anyway. We knew they were long shots to make it to us. So you see Miles Sanders, DeAndre Swift, not really thrilled with those guys. Chris Carson, obviously a little bit of a concern with his health, but I think he's a great underestimated player for this year. And now we could go David Montgomery, but is Keenan Allen still available? Keenan Allen is still on the board, and I really like the idea of getting him. And then as far as quarterbacks go, all three of the guys are still there. Okay, I'm gonna take Allen and hope that one of these quarterbacks makes it back to our next pick, which will be at the end of the 5th round. We should be able to get at least one of them. We'll see what happens. But let's just move on to the next round here. So for the 5th and 6th round, set it to all. So it's recommending Kyler Murray. Okay, so it's already saying that Kyler Murray should make it to our next pick. Cooper Kupp, Chase Edmonds, great choices, both of these guys. Let's just look at the wide receivers. So Kupp, DJ Moore's a long shot. He also rates very well. Tyler Lockett, perfect kind of player. These guys are all perfect for best ball, man. I mean, high reliability, mediocre consistency with a high ceiling. That's exactly what you want. So let's go Kupp, Moore, and Lockett. Let's get those guys queued up. So we'll go to wide receivers. Kupp, Lockett, and who was the third guy? It was, Moore, DJ Moore. Where is he? There he is. Okay. And then let's go and look at the running backs. And in the running back side, we've got Travis Etienne. Oh, yeah. He would be great to get as our RB2. Let's see here. We already have him queued up. Who else do we like? Edmonds. And then you got Javonte Williams, Ronald Jones. These guys, look at their value. Value is just terrible. Melvin Gordon is okay, but overvalued. So let's put Edmonds and Gordon on here. So there's Edmonds, there's Gordon, and let's also look at the quarterbacks. Allen's the long shot. Murray, Jackson, Russell Wilson's a reach. Dak Prescott also. So like I said, we should be able to get either Murray or Jackson. I think I would prefer Jackson just because of the rushing touchdown upside. But I think they're both good choices. Let's just see how they're doing right now. See, only Josh Allen came off, so that's not surprising. So let's, and we don't need to worry about tight end. So I think we're all set. So we just got a few picks. I'm just going to pause until we're within 3, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like. All right, so we're back. So you can see Etienne, Lamar Jackson still on the board. We also have Lockett, DJ Moore, Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon. Those guys are all still available. I think I like the idea of going with Etienne as our second running back, Lamar Jackson as our first, as our quarterback. I think that would give us a great core here. So I think that's what we're going to do. And DJ Moore just got selected, so he's off the board. So really, all of the wide receivers we wanted are gone. So let's go ahead. We'll take Etienne, and we'll take Lamar Jackson. Okay. And let's go to the 7th, 8th round. So we've already got our quarterback. So we don't need to worry about a quarterback till way towards the end. Lamar obviously is an every week starter. So let's just look at the running backs. So the running backs on the next round, what do we got? Michael Carter, Trey Sermon, Javonte Williams, Ronald Jones. So again, values on these guys is not great. Michael Carter seems to offer the best. We also, let's see here. All right, so let's go ahead and get Carter and Sermon and Javonte Williams on the queue. Let's see here. Carter. There's Sermon. There's Carter. And Javonte. There's Javonte. Okay, those guys are a little bit more speculative. Let's look at the wide receivers because we still do need our third wide receiver. Robbie Anderson, so underrated. Love him for this year. Brandon Cooks, I also think is a great choice. Their value is fantastic. We're going to be picking at pick 70. Both these guys should be available. We got Chase Claypool, Cortland Sutton, great options for wide receiver. So let's go ahead and get these guys queued up. So and we're definitely going to take at least one wide receiver with our next pick. So there's Robbie. Whoops. There's Robbie. There's Brandon. Jerry Jeudy was also there. Was there another one? There was, Chase Claypool. Where's he? There's Chase Claypool. So we have some really great options. You can see Gordon is still on the board. We'll see if he would make it to us. Certainly going like a Gordon and Javonte would be a great pair because I don't have to worry about which one will be the main back. I'll just have both available, and it'll just start the best one, as far as for points go. I also think I'm probably going to want to get James Robinson. Where is he expected to go? Let's see here. So for James Robinson, he is on this round too. So let's get him queued up. Running backs. There's James Robinson. So we'll go with that. Oh, he might be gone by the time he gets back to us. That would suck. I hope he makes it back to us. We'll see. But if he does, I like the idea. We could go James Robinson and then grab one of the wide receivers. Robbie Anderson would be my top choice, and I think that would work out great. Obviously the other option, Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams, get that backfield. Although the Denver offense, can you really buy it with the quarterbacks they have in tow? Are they going to be able to do what we need them to do? So I'm just going to stay away from that. James Robinson got taken. James Robinson just got taken. So that kind of strikes that idea. And if I skip on a wide receiver this round, what's going to be on the next round? Cooks and Jeudy would be long shots. Devonta Smith, Laviska Shenault, Curtis Samuel. So there are some good options on the next round. If Melvin Gordon does make it, we'll go Gordon and Javonte. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do that since we can't get our James Robinson. So let's get Gordon and Javonte. Take both those guys, and we'll hope for the best. We'll hope for the best with the wide receivers. So in the 9th, 10th round for running backs, what do we got? Kenyon Drake is kind of the best choice here. I like him. Everyone else, again, just terrible value, mostly backups. So let's get Kenyon Drake in there as far as running backs go. We'll do that. And then for wide receiver, we're going to go Devonta Smith, Laviska Shenault. All right, so where are they? Let's do a search. There's Laviska. Devonta Smith right there. Okay. And we can also just look at what quarterbacks are coming off in this round. We got quarterbacks: Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, Ryan Tannehill. Again, we don't need to get one of these guys right now because we have other pressing needs that we need to do. The tight end, we could get someone like Logan Thomas, Robert Tonyan, Mike Gesicki as a reach on this round. Again, I do like someone like Logan Thomas. I think he would be a great choice if we were to go with a second tight end at this point. Although his value is just terrible compared to what we're looking at for wide receivers. These wide receivers, values in the 50s, the 70s, the 80s, overall, whereas, we're talking most likely scenario, Logan Thomas is the 107th most valuable player. We already got Travis Kelce, so I'm not super worried about it. But let's just go and see. So you can see Trey Sermon, Michael Carter still on the board. This is the other reason why I like using the queues, because it shows me other players that I've liked from prior rounds that are still available. So look, Sutton, Anderson, Cooks, Judy, none of them have even been taken yet, although we still have almost a full round of picks to go. So I'm just going to pause this till we get within 3 of our pick to see where we're at. All right, my gamble did not pay off. Looks like Robbie Anderson was just taken, but the other 3 receivers we were looking at from the prior round are still available. So Cortland Sutton, Brandon Cooks, Jerry Jeudy. Also, look, Trey Sermon, Michael Carter are both still available. So I think what I'm going to do here is I am going to take Sutton because I really like his upside. I'm going with a lot of Broncos here. That's interesting. Sutton, or I could take Cooks. I kind of like the upside of Sutton better than Cooks. So let's go ahead and take him, and then let's take. I'm going to go speculative here. We've already got 4 running backs. We can only roster 6, so let's go with someone like Trey Sermon, who plays behind a low reliability player in Raheem Mostert, as our 5th running back. And let's look to the next round. Let's see what's going on in the next round. So the 11th, 12th round. What we're looking at for players, it's recommending, I'm just going to minimize this too, Waddle, Hollywood Brown, Trevor Lawrence as a quarterback. We wanted to go get him. So let's just look at the running backs. The running backs this round, again, not great value. We're at we'll be at pick 110. These guys are values in the 120s, 130s, 140s. So not fantastic, but players like Darrell Henderson. I do like Jamal Williams could be useful. Again, these guys, low reliability players, but they're good choices for best ball. So let's put Henderson, Williams, and Hines on the queue. So let's go to running backs, and we will go Henderson and Hines. Oh, he's already taken. Hines is gone. Who else was the other one we're looking at? Oh, Jamal. Let's look at Jamal. And, Detroit is not a team that I'm really looking to roster. I think they're going to be a bottom 3 team, but there is some value there. Let's look at the wide receivers. Go with some more rookies. We got Waddle here. We got Ruggs going into his 2nd year. That's a good choice. Hollywood Brown. Again, Hollywood Brown is a great kind of player for this for best ball. Just because of the lack of consistency. We got Cole Beasley, Mike Williams. We got some good choices for wide receivers in this round. So that's really good. So let's go and let's load up on some of those guys. So Waddle, Brown, and Ruggs. So there's Cole Beasley. Let's go Waddle and Brown and Ruggs. Okay. Waddle, Brown, Ruggs. Mike Williams, Michael Gallup. I think both those guys would be good. Mike Williams is gone. And Gallup. Gallup is gone. All right. So those guys are already out. But there's still plenty of good choices. If we wanted to look at tight ends, here's the tight ends. Gesicki's a long shot. We got Higbee and Irv Smith. Higbee would be a great choice. I think he's someone that could be really good. Engram's on a contract year. Again, an inconsistent player. Great with the potential upside. Let's look at quarterbacks. So Trevor Lawrence, Matt Ryan. If we wait till next round, we could take Fitz. I kind of like the idea of going with Fitzpatrick for our QB2. You can see that Kenyon Drake and Brandon Cooks, Laviska Shenault still on the board, and it's almost back to us. Of course, Kenyon Drake got taken. I would have taken Drake in a second at this point. But we do need to get ourselves some more wide receivers. So let's go ahead and, you know what? Shenault or Cooks. I'm going to go with the number 1 on Houston. So we'll take that one. And I really think we need to get, because after this, the wide receivers kind of really go down the tubes. Someone who could potentially have starting value on any given week, Laviska. So that would give us, let's see here, we've got we got 5 wide receivers now, and we've got 5 running backs. So let's go to the next round here, the 13-14 round. Let's look at the running backs. So we got someone like J.D. McKissick. I kind of like that. James White could be a decent choice. Let's go to the running backs. Let's see here. So there's J.D. McKissick. There's James White. For the wide receivers, Cole Beasley was already gone. Okay, so it's Ruggs. Hardman's a great choice for best ball. Let's go ahead and get him queued up. Hardman's still there. Let's see here. Russell Gage, Darnell Mooney. Those guys are both good, Gage and Mooney. So let's see here. Gage, is he already gone? Nope, he's still there. Mooney, he's still there. Okay. Now, we did not go and get a quarterback, but this would be the round. Like, if we wanted to get someone like Fitz, let's see who's available on the quarterback list right now. I haven't really been paying attention to that. So, Matt Ryan is a great choice. There's Fitz. There's Trevor Lawrence. So there's some really good choices here. Let's see. And then for tight ends, like if we wanted to take Gronkowski, this is going to be the round to take him. Let's go to the tight ends and look at that. So Gronk is still there. We talked about someone like Evan Ingram on a contract year from the prior rounds. But they're not scoring well for Vork. You're just being speculative here. Jonnu Smith is another player who I actually like the touchdown upside of what he could get. He could be like an 8 or 9 touchdown guy. And so that would be great. Gerald Everett is another guy that I think is another high touchdown guy. I'm just going to queue him up. So we got a ton of players. Look, Henderson's still on the board. Beasley's still on the board. We got Ruggs. There's McKissick. So we got a lot of choices here. I'm just going to pause till we're within 3, and then we'll take our pick. All right, so it's almost back to us. You can see this is going to be the round to take Fitz. I think we need to take Fitz at this point. And let's go ahead and draft him. And I think also if we want to take Gronk, did he get taken? Shoot. Did I miss on him? I did. You know what? Gerald Everett is the guy I'll target later. Let's go ahead and let's take Henderson because I really like Henderson. He'll be our 6th running back, so I won't be able to take any more. We got 3 picks to go. So let's just go to the next round. Let's go to the 15-16. Who are we looking at? So, look, and there's Troutman. Is Troutman still available? I think he might already be gone. Oh, no, he's still there. Troutman is intriguing for me. So if he makes it to the next pick, I'd take him. Cook, there's Everett. Okay, let's look at the running backs. We can't take any more running backs. We're all full up. So let's go to wide receivers. Gabriel Davis, Mecole Hardman, Adam Troutman is who it's recommending. I believe we already have Davis and Hardman already queued up. Nelson Aguilar could be a good choice. Let's see. Is he still available? There he is. I'm kind of debating if I want to take, 2 or 3 tight ends. I've been usually taking 3 just to be safe. Even though I got the elite option, I still want the upside for the flex, and if they can get the touchdowns that I think they'll get, that would be great. That would really work. So you see Ruggs is still on the board. McKissick. Let me just count off my running backs here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's not going to let me take any more running backs. So I can't take him. So we got both Hardman, Gage, Mooney still on the board. Smith, Everett, Troutman, Nelson. Okay, so that's good. So let's just go ahead and pause, and I'll come back when we're within 3. All right, so we're almost back to our pick, and I think I waited a little bit too long to take my tight end too because all my guys have been taken except for Jonnu. Let's just look at the tight ends again real quick. So we've got anyone else that's a particular interest? Hooper maybe. All right, I'm going to take Jonnu. And I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Gage. And I only got one spot left. I get the last pick in the draft. So let's just go ahead and see what I got here for the 17th round. Obviously, I don't need to take a team defense. Let's look at the tight ends. So again, Troutman is gone. Ertz would be interesting. Is he still on the board? Let's take a look. I think he is. Yeah, he sure is. Ertz would be interesting because I'm betting he's going to get traded before the season starts. All right, and then for wide receivers, not really anybody here of note. Quarterbacks, so we're just kind of down to just taking a last player. Hooper would be interesting if he makes it to us. We'll see if that happens. I'm betting not. Of course, there's Rashad Penny. I can't take him though because I can't take any more running backs. We could try though because I do have Chris Carson. Let's see. All right, so I'm just going to pause so we're within 3, and then we'll see where we're at. I'll be right back. All right, it's almost back to me, and of course, someone just took Zach Ertz like right before my pick. It figures, but look, Blake Jarwin is still there. Rashad Penny is not going to let me draft. Oh, it did let me draft. Oh, all right then. I thought there was a limit of 6 for running backs, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I need to review that rule because that's how I've been operating my team. All right, so hold on. Let's just go ahead and I want to see what they think of our team, and I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back, and they do not like my team at all. They rated me 9th out of 10, which is, I think is kind of ridiculous, but I can kind of see where they're coming from. First of all, love my quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the backup. Wide receivers, great, really solid here. We got Hill and Allen, Sutton, Chenault, Cooks, and Gage. I think these are all excellent choices here. But the thing is with my running backs, we need things kind of to fall our way. So they're, Chris Carson, and I got Chris Carson and Rashad Penny, so that position is solid. I got Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon, so this is going to be interesting to see what happens here as far as that backfield battle goes, but I do like the fact that I got them both. Trey Sermon, again, another speculative pick. Travis Etienne, it does not like Travis Etienne for the projections, but I think he's going to be really good. Darrell Henderson, backup on the team. And, of course, I got Travis Kelce, who's the greatest. So I can see where they're savaging me on running backs, but quite frankly, I like the upside of all the running backs I got. Really, every single one of these guys is a startable player on any given week except for Penny. I see that potential there that they could be starters on any given week. And I'm just going to be riding my wide receivers and my quarterback and my tight end to carry the team. But okay, so this was something new. So let me know what you think of this team. What do you think? Where did I mess up? Was it on the running backs? Is it because I didn't take any running backs in the first two turns and instead took Kelce and Hill? I still like taking those two, given where we were picking in the 10th, with the 10th overall pick. And I still like our running backs. I think we got great running backs here. So the potential is definitely there. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. And we will be back with more best ball drafts. And again, I invite you to go to my website, Fantasy Football Maverick is where you'll find my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft, and of course with the new best ball marker. And I think, like I said, my team is better than what Yahoo's rating, and I've always take Yahoo ratings with a grain of salt anyway. But I always like to see some affirmation there anyway. But I think it's a pretty good team. So thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it. Have yourself a great fantasy day, and I'll talk to you next week.